Hello. Nobody should doubt me when I say sometimes the problem of Nigeria are Nigerians. And when I say psychophancy will bring Nigeria to its knees, aside ethnicity and religion, please believe me. Because how do you explain, and this video is, I'm calling out, is for the so-called influencers, so-called youth leaders, and so-called politicians, grassroots politicians in Benue State. I saw, a disgusting video a few days ago of youths and some politicians, campaigning and mobilizing support for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Father Allah. It's still 2 years to the election in 2027, and I saw them mobilizing on the streets of Benue, mobilizing and calling for support. Say they are in support for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, APC. And meanwhile, Benue has always been in the news for the wrong reasons. In the last few years, hundreds and hundreds of women, children, men have been unalived in Benue State. Millions have been displaced. And I've never seen a massive protest the way I saw a few days ago, mobilizing support for Tinubu. And since Tinubu became the president, with all the atrocities committed by headsmen in Benue, Tinubu has never visited Benue State. And yet you find these people for just few naira, for God's sake. You are dancing on the blood of the women, children that have been killed in Benue State in the last few years. And come to think of it, just few days after the so-called massive mobilization and support, close to 200 people were killed in Yellowater community in Guma town or what have you in Benue State. And I'm not seeing these influencers. I'm not seeing these so-called grassroots politicians, these so-called youth leaders. Why wouldn't you just go about with the same energy you're using to campaign for these politicians who have given you peanuts? The primary essence of government is security and welfare of the people. But instead of you to mobilize to ensure that these rights or these constitutional provisions are, enforced in Benue, instead you are campaigning for people who have been quiet while your people, women, children have been unalived all these years by Fulani headsmen. And nothing has been done. At this point, it is safe to say that the Benue politicians, the elites in Benue, they are part of the atrocities happening in Benue. Because I don't have any other explanation for the wanton, massive, destruction and what have you happening in Benue State, perpetrated by the headsmen. It's very, very unfortunate that you people have just gone to elect a leader who has no business being a governor. You people have just elected somebody who has no business being president. Look at what is happening. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable for over 200 people to die at once in a community, in a state. In some countries, in Austria, 10 people were killed in a school, and the government is taking it serious. Fast. National mourning has been declared. But meanwhile, in Benue, these things happen every now and then. No mourning, nothing. Everybody just goes about like it is nothing. Only those who are direct hits or those who are directly affected understand the pains. The families are the ones who understand the pain. The politicians don't care. That's why they can bring out money and get people to go and mobilize and say support for Father Allah and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And you see a lot of youth on the street. Anyway, unemployment, joblessness is what is causing all of these things. How can you do? You are dancing on the grave. You're dancing on the blood of these people that have been sacrificed on the altar, of land capture, state capture, to mobilize support for people who have been charged with the responsibility of protecting you. They're not protecting you. They're not protecting your property, and you are out there. So those youths, these youth leaders, and those who did all the mobilization. I don't want to say so at YouTube or the Facebook and others will not bring down my video. Please, we just have to wake up. This is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. Tragic.